Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, a.k.a. Mazuma TV. Back at y'all with some more boxing talk, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive night. I hope you had a great day overall, man. I'm back at y'all with some more boxing talk. We're going to be talking about the whole situation that's currently going on between Devin the Dream Haney and Xander Zayas, man. They've been having a heated back and forth. And is the fight between Devin Haney and Xander Zayas a bigger fight than the fight that Xander Zayas is currently exploring right now with Josh Kelly? We're also going to get into the drama that's ongoing between Virgil Ortiz and Golden Boy Promotions, and then we're going to get into some open boxing topics. You feel what I'm saying? But before we get into that, if y'all could please hit the like button on the way in, that'd be very much appreciated. We're on the road to 4K. We well into the 3,300 mark, looking to hit that 3,400 mark in due time. Shout out to the nation and the mob for making this possible. Shout out to everybody that's in the comments. My boy Dangerous Desire Bullies in the building. What up? Go 787. You already know my boy, a big Xander Zayas fan. He came through and said, yo, I hope the fight happens so Xander could whoop that ass after Kelly. Oh, man. That fight get made is definitely going to be a shootout in the chat for sure. Marissa Alvarez, what's going on? Shout out to Marissa. SOB TV, what up? My boy Justin Jackson in the building says salute to you and Pivot Boxing Academy. Yeah, and I'm glad that I'm glad that Justin Jackson brought that to my attention, man. Shout out to Bill Haney again. This dude, I can tell that we put a great impression on him because ever since he's come over to Pivot Boxing Academy, he's been, showing us love through DM. You feel what I'm saying? And most recently, shouting us out on the Boxing Voice. So if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, man, let me go ahead and share the screen for the people to see. It was a dope way to show us love. You know, he could have easily chose not to do that. He could have kept that to himself. But, Devin, Bill Haney has been real generous with the love he's been showing us. And considering that we come from a small gym and things of that nature, man.
Shout out to
hold up. Man, my pop double posted it. Pop, I already posted it. What are you doing? But anyways, let me go ahead and bring this up for the people to see. You know what I mean? The bull, Bill Haney, was in the building. He was on the Boxing Voice. And he shouted us out, man. So let's go ahead and share the screen for the people to see. For those of y'all who have not seen it, this is Bill Haney. Hold on. How you get this audio popping? What's going on?
They have shows there.
How you rewind? Hold on.
Shout out to Pivot Boxing in Philadelphia. They have shows there. We went up there. Great night of boxing on that north side.
Seen it. It has Spanish commentary.
Ooh, Ness. Good people. Everything was up in there.
In Philly, man. Instead of flying from Vegas to Philly, you could drop off. I said Florida's a lot closer to Vegas than Philly, man.
No, he's in New York. No, we live in New York now.
No, we're in New York.
Y'all be moving everywhere. Excuse me, man.
We're in New York, but I'm gonna just tell you, like a couple
flights from New York to Orlando, dirt cheap.
Yeah. And listen, they're gonna.
We can make it happen. It'd be great, man. Let me know. Get in contact with Ness. I get your number, whatever, and we can do something good for the kids, something good for TBV, man. So just think about it. Let me know. Appreciate y'all.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, shout out to Pivot Boxing in Philadelphia over there on that north side, man. North side of town, man. They putting in a lot of
work, man. They had nice camera
work. Ooh, man, listen, they had the commentating, right? They had the camera, they had the film, man. Listen, if you on that end, because we locked in, being in New York, we going to Philly the next time to get down. And then also his first fight was at Legacy Boxing over there in New Jersey.
Oh,
now they put down a heck of.
I had Coach Jasenia on today.
Yeah, they put on a nice show too. Girl. Shout out to.
So that's the clip right there, man. Shout out to the boy Justin Jackson for showing that, man. Yes, sir, man. That was absolutely amazing. If it wasn't for Justin Jackson, I probably wouldn't have seen it at all. You feel what I'm saying? So shout out to the boy for sending that clip through. You know what I mean? And shout out to Bill Haney for showing love as always. And I also rock with Yesenia too over at Legacy Boxing Club. I love what they're doing up there in Jersey. We fought on their card multiple times. Won top team. We won top team on one of their, cards before. You know what I'm saying? I think it was a couple days before my son was born. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that I always remember. Shout out to Coach Yesenia out there at Legacy Boxing Club. You feel what I'm saying? It's on, it's lit, it's popping. You feel what I mean? So that was and I had just left the gym when I had gotten that message from Justin. So well appreciated, man. Shout out to the Haneys. You feel what I'm saying? And this is what we're gonna be talking about on the live. Not Bill Haney specifically, but we're gonna be talking about the man that steps into the ring and is one of the best fighters in the world, Devin the Dream Haney. It's a lot of shit that's going on with Devin Haney right now, man. He keeping his name in the mix, and he's associating himself with the champions that's in his division and the champions that are in other divisions. You've seen his name being linked to Richardson Hitchens. You see his name being linked to Shakur Stevenson, who just won a title at 40. Keyshawn Davis, people that's around his weight class. You know what I'm saying? His name been attached to, Lewis Crocker. You know what I'm saying? Rolly Romero, just everybody. You feel what I'm saying? And more recently, there's been a lot of drama that's been stirring up, that's been cooking up between Devin Haney and Xander Zayas. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, that was not something that I expected at all. I would have, if you would have told me a couple years ago or even a year ago that Devin Haney and Xander Zayas was going, get into some shit or have some type of animosity towards each other or get into a little argument online, I would have told y'all lying, because that's just something that I never expected. But considering that these guys are nearby in terms of weight classes, it all makes sense, to be honest with you. And Devin Haney wants to challenge himself. He wants to do historical things. Xander Zayas, he's feeling confident. He just unified in his last two fights. Unified in back-to-back fights. You feel what I'm saying? So both of their confidence levels are at an all-time high, and they looking at everybody as food. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to the boy SOB TV. He said, Debo Dev. Yeah, man. He on that type of time. He running down on people. He trying to see who trying to do what and get shit going. You feel what I'm saying? So shout out to Devin for doing that. And I believe that Devin Haney will fight Xander Zayas. I actually believe him. There's nothing that he's done from his history to make me feel like he bluffing or he clout chasing. You feel what I'm saying? If anything, people usually clout chase off of Devin Haney. But my boy Jay said Bill was doing a hard press on Zayas today. I mean, listen, and a lot of people get upset when Bill Haney does this. Y'all do understand that he's a promoter, right? Like, y'all do understand that, like, he's literally the head of Devin Haney Promotions. Devin Haney don't got enough time in the world to be fucking with the promotional company and all that shit. Like, yeah, he's the face, but he's not the one running the operations. That will be Bill Haney. That's why Bill Haney goes out and he spectates other fighters. That's why he's so vocal behind his son. It's not because he's trying to live through his son or anything like that. He has obligations as being the CEO of the promotional company. I mean, not the CEO, but like the guy who's running the fucking promotional company. He's literally he literally puts his promoter hat on and people get upset. But when Eddie Hearn is out here talking crazy, the fighters are trying to stir shit up. Everybody talking about, man, that dude Eddie Hearn is such a good promoter, man. Is it because it's a black dad? Is it because it's a black father? Is that why y'all don't give him the same energy y'all give Eddie Hearn? I mean, that's a different discussion. But regardless, let's stick to the script. Let's look at this back and forth that's been going on between Devin and Xander. And I think where it really started was when Bill Haney came out on an interview platform. I don't know if it was the Boxing Voice. It might have been the Boxing Voice. And he said that, Xander fool. You know what I'm saying? Like, he a good fighter, but to us, he fool. And from there, things started to escalate. I didn't really hear any interactions between the two until Bill Haney came out with that statement. Now, I seen Devin Haney actually follow up behind his father and was like, wait, Xander got 2 belts? So when you say something like that, that lets us know as boxing fans that there is some type of interest there. It's some type of surprise on your part that Xander's that accomplished in the weight class. And then it's another thing, like, where you watching Xander and be like, oh, he's not that good. At least to Devin, he's like, oh, this dude's beatable. I'm faster than him. I'm a better boxer than him. Whatever the case is, he feels like Xander's beatable. That's why he posed that question on social media. It could be looked at as a rhetorical question. That's how Xander Zayas took it in that clip I'm about to show y'all. And Xander ain't holding back, man. This this new personality that Xander Zayas is starting to put out here. And I started to notice it initially when him and Virgil Ortiz was going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Like he told Virgil, he's like, get a world title or whatever the case is. I mean, they got a little rivalry going on between each other right now too. But that's when I started to see that side of Xander. But now Xander, he's studding up. This motherfucker poking his chest out, letting it be known that he feels like he's the man. He feels like 154 is his division. And, you know, he's treating these motherfuckers like they peons. I ain't even going to lie to you. So let me go ahead and share the screen and give you guys this clip of what Xander Zayas had to say about Devin Haney. You feel what I'm saying? Let me go ahead. All right. And I don't know what, platform this is. My apologies. I'm not really tapped into Spanish, podcasts or Puerto Rican podcasts specifically. So forgive me for that. I see the Puerto Rican flag in the background multiple times and all that. So, this is Xander just supporting his own people. I'm not privy to who these people are, but regardless, this is Xander Zayas' words.
Comida para nosotros. Cuando Devin es más pequeño que tú. ¿Cuánto más pequeño?
Es un peso más pequeño que yo. Haney pelea en 47.
Okay.
Pero sí, es como tú dices, yo pienso que al papá le gusta el sonido más que al hijo. Le gusta estar en el ojo público más que al mismo hijo.
So this is a take that a lot of people say, and if y'all not able to speak Spanish or understand Spanish, the English translations are right here. So let me go ahead and rewind that because that comment may have been covering the captions. But so far he said, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like he's a weight class below me or whatever the case is. And he's pretty much saying how Bill Haney wants the public eye on him more than his son does, or something. He likes being in the public eye more than his son or whatever the case is. But y'all go ahead and read the captions, and I'm gonna let this video go.
Más que al mismo hijo. Y pues después obviamente él tenía que salir y decir algo para no hacer lucir al papá como un ridículo. Yo soy Xander Zayas tiene 2 títulos. Tú sabes que tengo 2 títulos. Tú sabes que me los gané. Porque también
He pretty much like, why you asking that question as if I got 2 belts? You know I got 2 belts. You feel what I'm saying? So he's like, yo, like, what is you talking about? Like, you stop trying to downplay me like I'm not a champion. You feel me? Like, stop trying to play me like I'm some scrub. Like I got 2 belts. You know I got 2 belts. So like, what are you even doing?
Xander Zayas tiene 2 títulos. Tú sabes que los tengo. No tienes que preguntarlo. Es como que es obvio.
He's saying stop asking rhetorical questions, nigga. You know I have them. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's obvious. Just like you seeing right here in the in the English translation. Like what are you even getting at? So that seems like that kind of frustrated Xander because he feels like Devin Haney's belittling him.
So es gracioso realmente porque Devin Haney no lo conozco, nunca he compartido con él tampoco, no sé cómo es su personalidad, pero por lo que demuestra es un payaso, un llorón.
Now, listen, I've heard people call other people payaso and shit like that and llorón and all that. I heard like that term llorón a lot when like little kids are crying. So like if my son, for instance, Micah, if he's being like a little fussy or whiny, you know what I mean? My mom or somebody that speaks Spanish will call him something like a llorón. So that's how he views Devin Haney. He views Devin Haney as like this, like this like little baby cry. You see what I'm saying? That he called him a payaso. So you know what I mean? Y'all see the English translation right there. That's a clown. So it seems like he doesn't really think too much of Devin Haney. He was like, yo, I don't know him. I never chilled with him or anything like that. But based off of what he showed me, he's a clown and he's a fucking crybaby. So this is Xander definitely being a lot more transparent than usual. Like when Xander was coming up, he was real, like, reserved and, polite and things like this. So this new side of Xander, this is either something that he's been hiding from the public or these motherfucking world titles just brought him a whole different type of bravado. But regardless, we're going to continue on. But y'all heard what he said. He felt like Devin Haney a clown and he think he a crybaby.
No le gusta perder, le dieron en la cara los otros días y pues por poco llora, demandó y todo.
Wow, sí. Comida para nosotros.
I ain't really like that last comment. I don't like when people take that approach like, he got punched in the face and he tried to sue. Like, nigga, that's not the reason why he, that whole lawsuit that came up. Everybody knows why, but it's like everybody wants to ignore it because it's Devin Haney. Now, if y'all motherfuckers having a back and forth or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Is all is fair in war or whatever, in love and war, or whatever the hell whatever the term is. You see what I mean? So if you want to bring that up to try to get underneath Devin Haney's skin, you know what I mean? Cool. But you got to be, that type of shit ain't really respected, because when you really know the information, when you got the facts in front of you, you would know that that's just like bullshit allegations, I guess you would call it. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's just super corny. Like, I don't even understand why he took that approach with that last part. But, he's entitled to his opinion. You feel what I'm saying, at the end of the day. But he did say that Devin Haney's a clown. He said that he's a crybaby, that he gets punched in his face and he like to sue people. He doesn't like to lose, which in my eyes is like, duh, like, you're a fucking competitive boxer. Who the fuck wants to lose as like a top competitive boxer that's world ranked? You feel what I'm saying? I'm sure Xander don't like to lose, so I don't even know why he would bring that up. But he even threw a shot at Bill, talking about Bill likes to be in the public eye more than his son and shit like that. So a lot of the things that people say nowadays, you feel what I mean? But like I said, Xander Zayas wasn't the one to initiate this whole thing. Bill Haney set it off. He let a shot. He shot a round in the sky. You know what I'm saying? He the one who caused this whole thing to come about, saying that Xander Zayas is food and things of that nature. So that was Xander Zayas' response. Now, then we move on, because of course this got over to Devin Haney. And Devin Haney kept it simple. He didn't really look like he wanted to say too much, but he put out the quote that he puts out there. And they say everything but let's fight. So he's pretty much saying, yo, like, you saying all this shit about me, that's cool, but you know what I mean? Ain't not one time you ever asked to have smoke with me. You know what I'm saying? And Devin Haney went on a rant. He brought up Africa. Jack Catterall been calling out Devin Haney crazy. He says Devin Haney told him, Jack, I love the dedication. Yeah. But this was Xander Zayas' response right here. And he's standing on what he said. He follows up to Devin Haney's response and says, relax, diva. My focus is getting a third belt from Kelly, but we already told your daddy. And he capitalized daddy, so you already know he's he rubbing it in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He not really fucking with Bill all like that. But he capitalized daddy. He's emphasizing daddy. Like, why? I don't know, but maybe that's just like him trying to downplay Devin Haney, like pretty much calling him like a little nigga or whatever the case is. But anyways, if that doesn't happen, we will be happy to put the one back on your record again. God damn. Xander a little spicy. He a little spicy motherfucker for sure. Yo, Xander out here popping that shit, bro. He ain't even playing with this.
I got
nigga,
like
bro.
$70,000 in my pocket. If you body me, you can take the money. Right now. I hate you, nigga. Let's die.
Sheesh, I feel you, Xander. You out here talking crazy for sure. Bella Faith, what up? Ella, what up? She said, I don't know if that's a boy or a girl. My apologies. If it's Ella, I'm assuming it's a woman. Correct me if I'm wrong, brother, but they say Xander was minding his business. I mean, he definitely was. He was attending to his division. And, Bill, like I said, Bill Haney let the shot go. You feel what I'm saying? So that was his response. And, they having a little bit of a back and forth. So Devin Haney responds to this. So obviously this is like an ongoing situation or whatever.
What do you mean?
Let me see. This is Devin Haney's response to Xander's. He says, our fight is bigger than Josh Kelly, and you make more money. Kelly is going to fight the winner of Boots and Virgil, so it looks like me and you should be next. God damn. Smart response by Devin Haney. He's pretty much, he's trying to sell the fight to Xander. He's like, yo, listen, man, like, you know what I mean? That fight cool and all that, but, I'm a bigger name than Josh Kelly, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? I'm a bigger name than him. I'm a bigger draw than him. Fighting me, you'll get paid more. And as far as I'm concerned, based off of what Eddie Hearn's saying, Boots is one of the options that Josh Kelly could possibly face next, after, Jerron Ennis and Virgil Ortiz fight each other. Whoever wins out of that one, that's who Josh Kelly going to see. You feel what I'm saying? So while they got that going on, why don't me and you fight? So Smart, logical reasoning from Devin Haney, to be honest with you. It's not guaranteed that Josh Kelly's going to face Jaron Ennis, because after further research, I came to the conclusion that Boots is just an option. He's not the only option. He's one of them. So Josh Kelly could take a few different approaches if he wishes. You see what I'm saying? Initially, we were led on to believe that Boots was the only option, that was something that Josh Kelly had to do. But then, after he beat Bakram, it was clarified. You know what I'm saying? I think we were intentionally misled to sell the fight, in my opinion. But then it was further clarified that Boots was merely just an option. He wasn't the guy to face next. He was just somebody that they can choose. So, but with all of that, Devin Haney wants to smoke, y'all. Devin Haney wants to smoke. Now, there's another post that I didn't get to see right here that I actually want to check out. Somebody wrote, "Dog, Bill funny as fuck, bro. Says Xander don't want no smoke. He'll fight by himself." And goofy ass seized, talking about some Xander the champion. All right, let's see exactly what I'm gonna give you guys my reaction to this right here, because I didn't get to watch the whole live. You know what I'm saying? My homie Justin was the one who sent me the clip of Bill Haney shouting out Pivot Boxing Academy. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him. Let's get the applause one more time. Absolutely. You feel what I'm saying? But let's hear this video right here, because I seen Devin Haney laughing at it. So let's hear it.
Who do you guys got coming?
What do you mean?
Who do you guys got coming? Who do you want to be there?
We got a date in June. Xander the champion.
Okay, who do you want to be there?
Xander the champion, 2 belts. We got a date. It's gonna be
packed
regardless.
Xander, I just asked you
that he packed.
See how they go? See how they go?
So
he don't care. He'll just fight there by himself.
The thing is, do you want to fight next? Do you want to
He
fight
will.
next?
Who do you guys got coming?
What do you mean?
I don't really understand. What was going Did I Caesar doesn't represent Zayas? Yeah, I don't understand. And look, I remember the one time I was on somebody's live. I ain't gonna say who, but I remember the one bull was talking shit about one of my fighters, the fighters that I used to work with, Atifo Burlington, and he was talking about, we got Ben Whitaker, Atifa's ducking Ben Whitaker. I was like, nigga, we ain't never get offered no motherfucking Ben Whitaker fight. What are you talking about? Oh, sign the contract. And I'm like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? So I asked the boy, I said, do you represent him? I said, are you on his team? He was like, no. I said, are you his manager? He's like, no. I said, so why the fuck you talking like you behind the scenes? You know what's going on. You stupid ass nigga, shut the fuck up. Like, these fans be like so emotionally invested in these fighters that they be feeling like they're a part of the team. Whole time, them niggas can't point you out from they couldn't recognize you from a can of paint, nigga. Now, I don't know who this Caesar guy is. You feel what I'm saying? But let me hear this one more time. I really don't understand what happened here.
Who do you guys got coming?
What do you mean?
Who do you guys got coming? Who do you want to be there?
We got a date in June. Xander the champion.
Okay,
we got a date in June. Xander's the champion. Who's we? That's the first thing I'd have asked.
I said, who do you want to be there?
Xander the champion, 2 belts. We got a date. It's gonna be
packed
regardless.
Xander, I just asked you
that he packed.
See how they go? See how they go?
So
he don't care. He'll just fight there by himself.
The thing is, do you want to fight next? Do you want to fight next?
That was actually kind of funny. Let me hear that back one more time.
That he packed.
See how they go? See how they go?
So
he don't care. He'll just fight there by himself.
The thing is, do you want to fight next? Do you want to fight next?
Who do you guys got coming?
Yeah. Weird situation. But let me go ahead, because like I said, I don't be tapped in with these dudes. I don't be knowing who he is, who these people be, to be honest with you. But Ross said, you not on the team, bro. Facts. Somebody by the name of Tap said Caesar is a Puerto Rican who chooses Puerto Ricans no matter what, and he be lying like a motherfucker. He claimed on the show that Bill didn't call and asked for a fight versus Xander. My thing is, if he's not a part of the team and he's merely a fan, how the fuck would he know what Bill Haney did? How would he know whether Bill did that or not? This nigga got Bill phone tapped. Yo, Bill, go ahead and check your phone and make sure they ain't tapped, brother, because the way this nigga sees it talking, you would think that he know exactly what you got going on your call history. How the fuck you going to tell somebody that? And you want to know how you know Caesar full of shit? Because Xander just said in that tweet that they already had spoke to his dad. So that lets me know that Bill Haney reached out to him. So if Xander's in that latest tweet, he said, yo, I spoke to your dad, and I just let him know that if the Josh Kelly fight don't get made, then we'll gladly put the one back on your record. You feel what I'm saying? So what you mean Bill didn't call Xander? Xander confirmed that Bill called, or at least he confirmed that they spoke. So Caesar need to whoever the fuck he is, he need respectfully. Well, not respect. If you're telling somebody shut the fuck up, that's not respectful. But shut the fuck up. You don't even know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Boxing Nerd 101 said, bro, you hear the news. What's the news, brother? What's the news? Some groundbreaking news just happened? Let me know. We can react to it right now. He said he has a contract with Peter Khan, and he was texting Peter during show to try to disprove that Bill asked for a fight. After he found out Bill asked for a fight, he still called Bill a liar. See, them type of niggas I don't even fuck with. And they always be them old-ass Rican niggas that just be talking out their ass. Like the dude, what's his dude name? Like Round One or some shit. That I think he was on the Boxing Voice too. He's a fucking weirdo, old head dude from Massachusetts and shit. He the one who emailed me, threatening me and shit, talking about he gonna pull up to Philly and all this old head talking crazy type shit. Yeah, weirdo shit. Yeah, I do know that information about Oscar De La Hoya and all that. We definitely gonna talk about that. As a matter of fact, let's talk about it right now. By the way, Ryan Garcia not looking good weight-wise. He looked like he actually a little bit drained. And it's way too early to be looking drained, brother. Just say that. But let's go ahead and pull this quote up right here. Well, this tweet right here from Dan Rayfield. You know what I mean? Shout out to Dan Rayfield. He says, in a 9-page ruling issued in U.S. District Court in Nevada on Friday, the court granted Golden Boy's motion for an emergency temporary restraining order preventing Virgil Ortiz specifically from making the Ennis fight, at least until there's a hearing February 20th. So we're currently on February 13th. So because the court in Nevada, the U.S. District Court in Nevada, granted him a temporary restraining order, Virgil Ortiz because of what the contract states or because they granted this motion, Virgil Ortiz literally cannot do anything from a business aspect to get himself a fight or anything like that. You see what I'm saying? Let's move on. Dan follows up and saying, I imagine the zone will have something to say to Golden Boy before that hearing takes place and doubt the March 14th card. Golden Boy has been planning with the zone and hope to have announced Friday Barboza, Sims, Collazo, Jerusalem, 105 unification. Gabriela Fundora defense will move forward until this issue is sorted out. Quite the mess. So let's go ahead and look at this paperwork right here. Well, let's just read these two photos right here. It says, plaintiff Virgil Ortiz Jr. initiated this action against defendant Golden Boy Promotions, LLC on January 15, 2026, seeking declaratory relief regarding an alleged breach of contract. Golden Boy now moves for an emergency motion for a temporary restraining order because Golden Boy satisfies the requirements for an emergency motion and a motion for a TRO, temporary restraining order. I grant its motion. Let me see. So it is hereby ordered that defendant Golden Boy's motion for an emergency temporary restraining order is granted. Ortiz is precluded from entering into third-party contracts for the Ennis bout until further order of the court. It is further ordered that the parties are required to provide supplemental briefing as to the amount of bond that should be set. It is further ordered that the parties are required to appear for a hearing an oral argument regarding the defendant's motion on February 20th at 10 a.m. in Las Vegas Courtroom 6B. Signed off by the District Judge, Christina Silva. God damn. God damn. Ain't that some shit? They said Virgil, they put it straight. That's a smart move from Golden Boy's part, because it's like, motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? You ain't about to be signing the contract with no third party when we got an ongoing legal issue right now. So we just gonna go ahead and file this motion to get you to and put this, restraining order on you so you can't do anything, because you ain't about to make a move until this shit get resolved. So there goes another stall in negotiations between fucking Virgil Ortiz and Jerron Ennis. There goes another one. So let me see what the people are saying about this. Somebody by the name of Bobby Panahi says, if your fighter wants to fight a specific fighter, make it happen. Golden Boy's job is to work for the fighter, not hold up a fight over 5 to 10%. You're a promoter. Golden Boy showing their true colors by throwing their fighters under the bus. Damn, Golden Boy is receiving a lot of criticism right now. Golden Boy, somebody wrote, Oscar spent millions of his own money to build Virgil into a marketable name, and now he's about to have the biggest fight of his career, but wants to cut off the man whose name he used to build his name. Don't work that way, bud. Expect to sit the next 2 years like Mikey did. So that was somebody actually defending Oscar De La Hoya. So crazy situation. Everything Boxing says breaking. Golden Boy Promotions granted temporary restraining order against Virgil. Nevada judge granted Golden Boy's motion for an emergency temporary restraining order against Virgil Ortiz Jr. on Friday. Ortiz is precluded from entering third-party contracts for the Ennis bout until further order of the court. What the hell? What's going on? What the hell? Did y'all see that? See, that's why I can't be that's why I can't be sharing the screen, bro. That was a whole vibrator. Niggas ain't got no shame. They like promoting sex toys on social, that's why you can't trust Twitter, bro. I'm trying to tell you. Shout out to the boy Boxing Nerd. I don't know what currency that is. What is that? What is that? What is CA? What's that? That's Canadian dollars. Shout out to the Boxing Nerd 101 sending that motherfucking Canadian money, man. What that translate to? That's like, let me see, how much is that? That's about like $5 US, man. Shout out to the Boxing Nerd for that. He said, what you got going on X, bro? I promise I don't be watching no crazy shit on X. I just opened that Twitter account. I just made that Twitter account. I deleted my old one and made a new one. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I looked up Golden Boy and dildos came up. It's probably because, the crazy shit that Oscar be doing. Like, I don't know. Gotta be, you requested the Golden Boy, huh? Check this out. We know what the Golden Boy likes. I promise I don't be watching no crazy shit on here. Bro, see, I looked up Virgil name and the first John that comes up is some freak shit. Like, Twitter just freaked out, bro. It ain't got nothing to do with you. They said my algorithm crazy. Here y'all go, blaming me, bro. If I was watching some freak shit on there, I'd tell you. Man, I don't give a fuck. But I don't. Trying to see exactly because okay. So let me see. I'm trying to find this one quote. I'm trying to find this one quote. So, all right, I'm gonna just pull this up right here. Somebody by the name of Biharski, or whatever the fuck his name is. Golden Boy was notified by Tom Brown. For those of y'all who don't know who Tom Brown is, that's the guy who is the head of TGB Promotions, the one that's heavily affiliated with PBC, Al Heyman, and all that good shit. Says Golden Boy was notified by Tom Brown that Matchroom was planning Ortiz Ennis for April 18th. That led them to get a temporary restraining order preventing Virgil Ortiz from signing any deal with the third party to fight Jerron Ennis. Goddamn. So that boy Tom Brown snitched basically. Like, yo, man, you heard? Did you hear? Had a good time. Brown was like, hey, man. Yeah, man, it looks like Matchroom's about to lock in a fight with your guy and Jerron Ennis April 18th. Do you know about that? I think you should do something about that, man. You know what I'm saying? But shit. So Golden Boy was like, not if I can help it. So they went ahead and got that emergency restraining order on Virgil. So Virgil can't proceed with the fight. Damn. Super bad, John. So this is why I said, and I already knew that this shit was going to get messy because I seen how Oscar was talking crazy to Rick Meridian, and I seen how the way Meridian was, clapping back at Oscar, and that's why I was like, man, like if you're Jerron Ennis, you're being really optimistic right now. You're being very optimistic right now. And I seen Oscar De La Hoya do an interview where it was like, yo, and I think Marcos Villegas had asked him this. I could probably pull it up. He had asked Oscar, like, yo, it was like the current court situation y'all got going on, is that gonna stop the Virgil and Ennis fight from happening? And Golden Boy, and Oscar said himself, it shouldn't. Let me see if I can find that shit. There you go. Look at this right here, y'all. So let's take a look right here. Shout out to the 42 people that's in the building. 39 people, I'm sorry.
Talk to me, brother.
Yeah. How surprised were you about the news that happened on Thursday
Which news?
with the with Virgil, the lawsuit?
Oh yeah, look, I'm disappointed, because look, we have Virgil climbing up the ranks, and it's not his fault. I don't blame him at all because he's a nice guy. His father's a nice guy. They're very pleasant, great to work with. Eric and I build him up to be world champion and interim world champion, and so he's right there in that spot. And then what happens? The vultures come in. The vultures come in and try to do this and that, but it's all good because I know
Vultures, aka Rick Meridian. That's exactly who he's talking about. The one that he's suing for $10 million right now.
that I have a contract with him. I know that Virgil appreciates Golden Boy and what we've done for him and all that. So I don't blame Virgil. I don't blame his father. I blame the vultures.
The things that were mentioned in the lawsuit, I guess, what's your response to it? I know it said breached his contract because of the DAZN deal, interfered with potential earnings, failed to act in good faith. What do you make of all those things?
No, well, look, I'm not a lawyer, so yeah. But all I do know is that I have a contract, and and I have to enforce my right, and that's it. That's basically it. So, but again, look, I know that it's not Virgil. I know it's not his father. I know that when Golden Boy builds world champions and fighters who are going to be stars, the vultures just come right in and try to do whatever they want. So it's like, enough is enough. I'm going to fight for my rights.
What happens at this point? Does it put the fight in jeopardy against Jerron Ennis, do you feel?
It shouldn't. It shouldn't.
It shouldn't. It shouldn't. He said it shouldn't, but at the same time, if Virgil's about to finalize a deal behind Oscar's back, I feel like Oscar has every right to be like, because look at it from Oscar's perspective, y'all. And this is not me. I don't know. I really don't know. It's a lot of he said, she said going on. That's why the court got to, sit with this whole shit, let it marinate, and then make a decision based off of that. But just think about it from Oscar's point of view, right? And I don't agree with what Oscar does as a promoter. I actually think he's actually holding back Virgil in a sense. But these promoters put hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars, into a fighter, just hoping that they're able to make their return on investment with this fighter. You see what I mean? And this ain't even considering, like, these promoters be buying their fighters cars and training equipment and, you know, getting them apartments and paying it off like for like a year and shit like that. Like, I've heard of promoters doing this shit for a lot of the fighters in their stable. So they dishing out a whole lot of money. So Oscar's probably looking at it like, yo, bro, I done put all this money into your career. I made you the fucking name. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got you ranked number one in the fucking Ring Magazine rankings, and you're not even a champion. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we made you who you are thus far in your career. And now that when you're about to get your biggest fight, you trying to step out on me? Fuck all that. I'm trying to get that money. All that money I spent on you, I'm trying to make back. So ain't no way I'm about to spend all this money on you, and then when you finally about to cash out, you're going to walk away from me. So that's probably how the way Oscar looks at the whole situation. You feel what I'm saying? And he's probably a bit frustrated with the manager because he's like, yo, everything's going well when it's me and Virgil. When it's me and Virgil, and, you know, even when his father's involved, everybody's cool. But as soon as you come into the mix, you know, the manager, Rick Meridian, you know what I'm saying? You over here, you know, brainwashing him to believe that he's being mistreated. So, like, you're pretty much fucking up the chemistry that we got going on. And we in court right now because of shit that you put into his head. Now, could Rick Meridian be giving him fair advice and letting him know that Oscar's fucking him over? Could it be true? Possibly. Maybe Rick's giving this nigga real advice, but I feel like Oscar has a real problem with Rick Meridian because he feels like he's fucking up the dynamic that he has going on with Virgil. And most importantly, he's attempting to fuck over his money. You feel what I'm saying? So Oscar De La Hoya just said right here, he said, like, the ongoing court situation between him and Virgil shouldn't interfere with the Boots fight being made. However, I think he said that under the condition that the fight isn't going through a third party. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me make the fight. Don't go behind my back to try to lock in a fight with a third party and then leave me in the dust. You feel what I'm saying? So he probably like, it shouldn't be involved. I mean, it shouldn't be, the lawsuit shouldn't interfere with the fight being made. But if you're going behind my back to try to make the fight happen, then I'm going to sit y'all asses down because y'all getting out of pocket. That's how I see the situation. Let's see if Oscar says anything else.
Put any fight in jeopardy that Virgil wants, and I'm going to do what Virgil wants.
Thank you, Oscar.
Well, Virgil clearly wants the Jaron Ennis fight, but maybe, like I said, he wants Virgil to do it a certain way. Like, I'm gonna do whatever Virgil wants, but Virgil can't go behind my back to try to make the fight happen without my consent. That's what it looks like to me. But very messy situation, man. I guess the Boots and Virgil fights negotiations is gonna be at a standstill at least until February 20th. And who knows? Maybe they don't come to an agreement or the judge doesn't make a ruling that day and then it gets pushed back another week or so. Like, this could really drag out for a long time. And I fear that this would end up happening. Hopefully I'm wrong. But if it's a situation like I thought where it's just constantly getting pushed back and Virgil has to sit on the shelf for a little while till it gets situated, Boots shouldn't be sitting around waiting for him. You see what I'm saying? Like, Boots and them are already being generous, pushing their fight date back to April because initially they were supposed to fight in March. So they was already being generous and giving them an extra month to try to figure shit out. But, there's all these court orders now, temporary restraining orders, which literally handicaps Virgil's ability to make a fight happen. Then it's like, bro, what we sitting around for? You know what I'm saying? And I just feel so bad for Boots because only this type of shit would happen to him, bro. Right when he's about to get this fight that everybody's been clamoring for, that signature fight, the fucking fighter and the promoter get into a legal dispute, and now it's like one big mess. And you know what I'm saying? I don't think this is Virgil trying to pull out of the fight whatsoever. I think he got some real shit going on, and he's trying to dude, he's trying to fight for what's in the best interest of his career. But goddamn, bro, I can't help but feel bad for Boots, man. And you know what's crazy? Boots, if he, which I believe he's going to be forced to move on from this situation, if it's not Josh Kelly or another champion in the division, they're going to criticize the shit out of Boots. They're going to criticize the shit out of Boots, bro. Even if Boots did everything he could to try to make the fight happen, sign over everything on his end, because of Virgil Ortiz and the situation that he has going on, they still going to find a way to blame Boots. Or be like, oh man, look man, who asked for this Mazuma fight, man? Who asked for this Rashidi Ellis fight, man? Ain't nobody asked for that fight. And it's like, we know that. But the fight that we did ask for, they wasn't able to make it happen because Virgil going through some type of legal issues right now. What the fuck can Boots do? His hands is tied. There's nothing that he could do. If he signed on his end and the other people ain't signing on their end, whose fault is it? The motherfuckers who can't pick the pen up. So it is what it is. If anybody deserves any type of criticism for this fight falling apart at this very moment, you got to blame either Virgil or Golden Boy or blame them as a collective. It is what it is. Blame Rick Meridian, blame Virgil, blame Oscar, blame that side. Now, if you want to pick out an individual from that group, cool. But Boo's getting criticized for this makes absolutely no sense. But you know how these critics be, you know how these haters be, these detractors and all that. Especially them people who got some real animosity towards Boots, the Virgil fans and all that. They're gonna find a way to spin it, to blame it on Boots. That's crazy to me. Ghost said they shouldn't. Virgil been avoiding smoke since forever. Listen, bro, how many times have we had all of the facts in front of us and fans still go the other way? You know how often that happens in the sport of boxing, bro? You know how many times, the facts have been there at your fingertips to read and see, and interviews you can listen to the interviews and they'll have all the facts in front of them and they'll still go the opposite way. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, all of the information could be there. Oscar and Virgil could be having the lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? And Rick Meridian and Oscar had a lawsuit going on. Temporary restraining orders could be put from making the fight happen. All of these things could be going on simultaneously, and they'll know that, and they'll still find a way to talk shit about Boots. It says Young Gone 1925 said, bro, this is another tactic for Virgil to duck Boots. Man, I don't think I'm gonna disagree, bro. I don't think that Virgil would be stalling out his career or be in the middle of fighting in court with his own promoter and going as far as to try to release himself from that contract he got going on. That's serious, man. And like I said, that shit could take, just like the dude in the comments said, this could take 1 to 2 years to resolve. And that whole time, you just adding up ring rust, just prime years of your career going down the drain because you can't figure out something contractually. Or y'all can't see eye to eye on something contractually. My boy Big Play Bray in the building. He said, well, Norman Free Boots could fight him. It will be a stay busy fight. I highly doubt Norman will go up to 154 and fight Boots in his first outing. I just don't see that happening. You know what I mean? Like, Brian Norman got a smart team, and you know what I mean? Brian Norman Sr. really ain't got no say-so no more because he ain't his coach. But I highly doubt that his management will allow him to jump to 54 in his first fight and face Jerron Ennis. Highly doubt that. They didn't even want to fight at 47. As many times as they try to make that fight happen, they ain't want that fight for real. They went to go fight Cuevas and motherfucking Jin Sasaki and thought they was gonna have one up on Devin Haney. They didn't want to fight Boots for real. But that's a real unfortunate situation, man. I can't help but feel bad for Virgil. You know what I'm saying? It seems like he's very cooperative. Like Oscar said, it seems like he's a nice kid. He comes from a nice family and all that. And these type situations, man, it's sad to see a fighter experience because, like I said, this could take some prime years away from his career. This could get them really frustrated with the sport. Like these type of situations, like legal battles and all that, I've seen fighters walk away from the sport because of that shit. But they like, you know what? Fuck it, bro. Like I'm retiring. I'm done with this. And they just be more comfortable taking a 9 to 5 because they don't want to deal. Like boxing's already tough as it is. Now you gotta take it into court and all that. Like I've been to court, bro. That shit is very traumatizing, very hard, and I'm still in an ongoing situation. You feel what I'm saying? Like this is draining. This is very it's a very tough experience to go through. Mr. Bray says, I was trying to find a good fight from who he could fight to stay busy, but has a good name. I mean, it would have to be somebody like a Rashidi Ellis, or shit, maybe Blair Cobbs would go up and fight him. I don't know. Oh no, man. I don't know who else is in the division for real. That's available. You know what I'm saying? Like, is Bakram gonna come back and face Boots coming off of a loss? I don't think so. I mean, you could fight Boachuk, but Boachuk just lost to Brandon Adams. Maybe Brandon Adams will be around if he ain't got nothing lined up. Brandon Adams will be a good stay busy fight for Boots. Brandon Adams tough, man. He's a vet. He's experienced and held his own with elite level guys like Jamal Charlo. Like, and Brandon Adams a beast, bro. He a beast. Don't think he could beat Boots, but probably give Boots a couple rounds. I don't think he'll get stopped, as quick as Luis Malima did. So, that's the only ones that I could look at and be like, all right, like this ain't the fight that we won, but we'll settle for it considering the circumstances. Like Brandon Adams, or motherfucking Rashidi Ellis. Fuck it. Boachuk just beat Butiev. Yeah, I think I seen Butiev fight Stanionis a few years back. That was a good job. That was a good fight. If we talk about the same person. Majimov could be a good fight for Boots. Bro, they're going to criticize him for that fight because they're going to be like, oh, you know what I mean? You fighting Majimov coming off of health issues. He came off of back-to-back losses to Virgil and Bud, and he was just fighting Virgil and Bud leftovers. Like, because Boots a pack Israel Majimov. If he looked anything like how he looked in that last fight, they say he had like some severe ammonia and he's doing like a 12-month treatment to get rid of it. Like, this is an unhealthy version of Majimov that we're seeing right now. If he goes ahead and he fights Boots by the end of this year, it's not going to be a good outcome for Majimov, man. He looks absolutely horrible in his last couple fights. I don't really want to see that. I think that's an early stoppage, and people are going to discredit him. Oh, Boots, Virgil ruined Majimov. Like, they going to – I'm trying to tell you, I know the whole playbook. I've seen this movie 1,000,001 times. Boachuk at 160 now, Zuffa regulation. Yeah, I've seen on weight classes that Zuffa put together. They, like, eliminated, like, the super middleweight division. They eliminated 154. Like, they cut out a lot. Like, they don't even have – I think, like, the lowest weight they got is, like, 118 or, like, 115. Like, nigga, what about the 105s? And, like, because there's people that are too small for 115. Like, I do know that. I don't know, man. Zuffa just be on some weird shit. Like, I don't know. They just wanted to be – they want to give it like a UFC model so bad. It's crazy. But y'all got any big questions for y'all boy before I get up out of here? 118 is the lowest. That's crazy. There's literally like 4 weight classes below that. You should get a 105 division. Them little motherfuckers could fight, man. I'm telling you, y'all niggas is sleeping. Either do 105 or 108. 108, 118. Perfect. Oh, shit. We got Bill Haney in the building, bro. What's going on, brother? Salute. What's going on? How we feeling? We was just chopping it up about your son, man. We were speaking about the whole Xander Zayas situation. You know what I mean? If you free to talk, let me know, man. I was just about to wrap up too. They said Boots could face Conwell or Barao. Is he really gonna face Barao coming off of a loss? And I don't even think Conwell's came back since he lost to Jorge Perez. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to one of the solid fathers in the boxing world, the boy Bill, the guy Bill Haney. I ain't gonna call him the boy, the man Bill Haney. Appreciate you very much, man. All the support that you've been giving the gym. I seen what you put on the Boxing Voice. He said, "Let's talk tomorrow." All right, bet. That's what we gonna do, brother. I'm gonna reach out to you. Let's get it popping. Y'all want to see Mazuma TV and Bill Haney in the building?
Oh, let's go, champ. That's right, the real champ. Look at you.
You know what I'm saying? We in the building. Yeah. We gonna do that for sure. Salute, brother. Appreciate you, man. Have a blessed night. You know what I mean? And that's how we gonna end the live. You know what I mean? If anybody got any questions, let me know. Yeah. Bill was like, I'm in North. He said, I'm in North. Although, yeah, Bill tapped in. Yes, sir. Bella, I appreciate that. Said Mazuma conducts great interviews. Man, I've had some good ones, man. We got to bring Bruce Carrington back. Me and him, we spoke after he won his world title. We're going to get that back going. You know what I mean? I could always bring, I could bring a few people around. I want to bring our Teeth. I want to bring our Teeth back because I seen that he fighting Joseph George on Clarissa Shields' undercard with, Franchon Cruz DeZern. That's a big platform to fight on. You feel what I'm saying? So I want to bring our Tifo Burlington back. We want to speak about that. You know what I mean? Bruce Carrington. And then we could bring Bill on. Oh, oh man, the Greg Hagan interview easy, man. The Greg Hagan interview easy. All right, let me write this shit down, y'all. I do this for y'all. You feel me? I do this for y'all. So let me go ahead and so y'all want to look Greg. Let's do Greg, Atif, Bruce. Yeah. Especially with that new studio we just put together. Well, not put together, but this new studio we just came across with my homie Jorge and shit. We gonna get some shit popping for sure. Bruce Carrington. Then we gonna, Bill Haney, yeah. Absolutely. But I appreciate everybody that came through and showed love. As always, if y'all could go ahead and hit the like button on the way out, that'll be very much appreciated. We on the road to 4K. We went to the 3,300 mark. About to hit that 3,400 mark in due time. Shout out to the nation and the mob for making it possible. I'm going to go ahead and go lay down with my son. You feel what I mean? Shout out to the nation and the mob. I'll be back at y'all with another live, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to continue cooking up on what's going on in the boxing world. Until then, I hope you guys have a blessed, beautiful one. I'm up out of here, man. Peace.